At the Misty Mountain, the number of surviving individuals in the area is increasing with all kinds of mutant animals. Each species has a herd, a few dozen individuals at least, and hundreds at most. Divine Tree is pondering this issue. Now, the Legion of the Misty Mountain has formed quite a bit. The 4 kings and their subordinates, monkeys, mantis, wild boars, ants, the mouse clan, spiders, wind wolves, gorillas, the Arctic clan. Thinking about this, Divine Tree squints his eyes. It's not just a matter of expanding territory, but also worrying about food, ruling area, and training methods to enhance the strength of each tribe. It's a tough problem. Divine Tree summons Lan Feng. Lan Feng immediately appears. He emerges ethereally from a black smoke, truly the style of a spy. Lan Feng respectfully kneels before Divine Tree to receive orders. Divine Tree asks, "Is the previous news accurate?" Lan Feng replies, "Accurate. Thousands of mutant mice have died to get this information." "Indeed, and this news is very valuable. It is in the western wilderness. There is a deserted town where a medium-level fire elemental spirit or mine exists." Divine Tree feels quite sad about such a large sacrifice of the mutant mouse tribe. Indeed, thousands of them died. For a compassionate person like Divine Tree, this is a great sorrow. Of course, he only sympathizes with species other than humans. Divine Tree says, "All right, your efforts will be recognized by me." Speaking of the western wilderness. But in fact, Divine Tree doesn't know what it's like. Originally, when he was alive, he also rarely traveled. When he was reborn as a tree, he couldn't move flexibly. It's really a joke of fate. Therefore, Divine Tree decides to go and see what the western wilderness is like. Of course, every time there is a new ore mine, it is Divine Tree himself who will go to explore. Because this is too dangerous, he doesn't want his subordinates to die unjustly. But at this moment, in Divine Tree's head suddenly rings the cold voice of the system. Darkness is coming. If you can't stop it, you will lose everything and fall into despair. Thinking about it makes him feel disheartened and angry. Fighting Australith got nothing. Tired all over, the system still threatens. But this is also the motivation for Divine Tree to further explore this western wilderness, looking for opportunities to enhance the combat power for Misty Mountain. Divine Tree reassures himself that he will never despair, will never stop evolving, until he stands on top of the new world. Or of course become the World Tree, the ancestor, the source, the lord of all creatures. This is the Western Wilderness, also known as the Western Desert, a large desert from the old era, but when the spiritual power awakened, it became a dangerous area of S level. The whole desert shines a deadly red and yellow color. At first glance, there is no sign of life. Occasionally, if you have sharp eyes, you can see a few desert worms wandering for food. The loud movement of Divine Tree, the giant roots hit the ground and sand, pulling a huge body to move. Marching with Divine Tree are some of the main forces of Misty Mountain, including Panda Chi Z, Nine-tailed Fox, Flower God, Two-headed Wolf, Mutant Cockroach, and a white and black spotted hyena. Is it a hyena? Oh, it seems to be a mutant leopard with black and white fur. There is also a golden ant standing proudly in front. The golden ant holds a handful of sand in his hand and says suspiciously, "Hey, Mutant Cockroach, do you find this sand a bit strange? The sand is dark red?" The cockroach observes and says, "Indeed, this sand is strange. Moreover, there is a faint smell of fresh blood in the space." Hearing this conversation, Nine Tails also secretly guessed that, surely this place has gone through hundreds or even thousands of massacres to make the blood stick to the sand and change the color to red like this. A sea of red sand stretches to infinity. At this time, the leopard and the two-headed wolf were breathless, sweating like a bath. Their tongues were also sticking out because of the heat and fatigue. Nothing makes people dehydrate faster than being in the desert. Even a breeze passing by also makes the skin of all creatures dry instantly. The leopard and the wolf really want to rest for a while. Immediately a root shoots straight into their buttocks. Divine Tree shouts, "You guys hurry up a bit, I called you here to give you special training." It turns out that these two characters must be the slowest progressing members at Misty Mountain, so they need to be given special training. Look, a pair of big and suspicious eyes are rising from under the sand and peeping at Divine Tree's team. Is this villain ambushing? Pew! A purple-skinned, yellow-haired, flashlight-eyed lizard jumped out of the sand, opened its huge mouth. It had been waiting here since Monday last week. Finally there was a prey falling into its trap. It was Cheesy. But Cheesy didn't know anything. He was busy looking at his phone. The monster did not hesitate, and rushed straight into Cheesy with its mouth full of sharp teeth. Boom! A left-handed slap made it fly to one side, twisted its mouth. The monster couldn't believe what was happening. The moment it fell to the ground, it also lost consciousness. As for Cheesy, he didn't care at all. He was still busy with his phone. He was anxiously searching for a signal to call Xiao AI. Finally there was a little signal. Cheesy said, "Xiao AI, I'm in the desert, the signal is very weak." Divine Tree is a bit surprised, the system announces, killing a transcendent first order, receiving 50,000 evolution points. It's really a windfall. It's noon, the sun is getting stronger, the heat is like burning. Only Divine Tree is like an alien in this desert, a wandering tree in the desert. Then, more mutant beasts come to attack. Cheesy punches and kills a few giant silver scorpions, and this two-headed wolf brother is about to fall into the trap of that mutant carnivorous flower. Luckily Divine Tree supports. But Divine Tree is also very disappointed. These guys after eating full then all go to play. Do not worry about training. When going to the battlefield immediately become prey for the enemy. There are even mutant camels foaming at the mouth, probably too thirsty running to Divine Tree hoping to avoid the sun. But Divine Tree has helped it to a cooler place in heaven. In summary, 420,449 evolution points. Suddenly the mutant leopard and panda with a happy face rushed towards Divine Tree like crazy. The panda seems to have found something. Then he opened his hand, a pure green scorpion, shining a sparkling light very beautiful. Everyone gathered their heads to examine. Divine Tree also carefully observed. He had told if encountering excellent individuals must bring back. The system board appears. Mutated black scorpion, entered level 6, innate talent, piercing poison sting. Uses poison to solidify the enemy's body, extracts the enemy's life force. Special ability, rapid recovery, extracts the enemy's life force to heal itself. Injury tail sting, can freely control the length of the tail, has a scorpion shell, can enhance defense. As soon as Flower God saw this scorpion, she immediately hugged it into her arms, her happy face rubbing against the scorpion. The scorpion also seemed very happy, looking at them really happy. Unexpectedly Flower God has aesthetics as a scorpion. Seeing this scene, Divine Tree could only smile. Who would have thought? Flower God's hobby is a scorpion. At this time, on the other side of the continent, a black vortex in the sky is still spinning crazily. The black dragon has appeared from here. The battle has officially begun. This is a sub-dragon. It is preparing to attack with its mouth. A powerful energy ball is being compressed and shot into the humans below. A terrifyingly powerful attack. The extraordinary human warriors who are not strong enough will be crushed by the impact of this attack. This attack also cuts the ground in half, creating a deep hole tens of meters deep. The sub-dragon roars in dominance. Human warriors of all races have gathered here at the call of the Global Alliance. They only know that this sub-dragon is a threat to humanity, and needs to be destroyed before it matures into a real dragon. But it's too tough. Everyone feels powerless, not knowing how to defeat it. Many people are angry and gritting their teeth, unlike a 2-year-old child trying to chew a steak. Unable to chew, here, not only can they not successfully destroy this sub-dragon, they may even lose their lives. Countless people have died. After a few hours of fighting, humanity has suffered significant losses. The panda-riding knights, the force considered the strongest of the Chinese Federation, have also been injured. This knight's armor has cracked, and his mutant panda also appears tired with scratches on its body. Xiao Ling and her team were here, fighting for the past few hours. Xiao Ling carefully observes this sub-dragon. After a few hours of probing, she decides to unleash her true power, because this sub-dragon is really tough. Hoping to find some weakness of it, thinking about it, a few fire butterflies have been summoned. Suddenly a person steps forward. It's a girl with blonde hair, dressed like a knight. This girl raises her sword and yells, "You guys back off." Xiao Ling looks over. and recognizes this as a knight from the Suniver Empire. A brave girl, she raises her shield, summoning her ultimate skill. The system screen appears. Special ability, Defensive Knight, can block all physical attacks, is an indestructible shield. Just then, the black dragon spews out its attack, a stream of white energy with a faint red core with a strong thrust. The girl grunts, grits her teeth and braces herself. If she can't block this attack, countless superhuman warriors will lose their lives. The breath of the dragon touches the girl knight's protective sphere. The breath energy is blocked and spills around, a truly spectacular scene. Looking from behind the girl, only to see the breath split into 4 sides, unable to penetrate this defense. The dragon, with the breath of an opera artist, continues to spray into that defense, but still can't break through. It's truly a great protective skill. Over here, a reptile's foot. Oh no, is it a mutated Kankura's foot? Along with other mutated beasts, there's even a platypus that looks very happy. They look like a gangster gang, standing watching the situation. End of chapter 135.